What's up, Broncos country? Ready for another dose of pure passion for our Denver Broncos? Today, we're diving deep into some hot news that's been making waves. The Denver Broncos are looking to make some serious noise on the trade market to boost the roster for 2025. Based on a recent article from Predominantly Orange, I'm bringing you a full breakdown, fan style from someone who lives and breathes orange and blue, of the players who could land at Mile High to help take this team to the next level. So grab a cold one, sit back, and let's talk about the future of our offense and defense, because we all want to see this team flying high in the AFC. Let me tell you something. Broncos country, 2024 was a year no one saw coming. Our team finished 10-7, clinched a playoff spot, and showed the rebuild is way ahead of schedule. With Sean Payton leading the charge and rookie QB Bo Nix showing flashes of being the guy, we're holding all the cards to go even further in 2025. But hey, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. Our offense still needs more weapons, and our defense, while still one of the league's best, lost some key pieces like linebacker Alex Singleton, who's out with an injury. So what do? We hit the trade market, of course. Predominantly Orange dropped a list of players who could be perfect targets for the Broncos, and I'm going to break down each one for you with that fan passion that knows the Mile High crowd deserves a show. Let's get the conversation going. Drop in the comments who your dream addition to this roster would be, because I know Broncos country has strong takes. Before we dive into the names, here's why Denver is seriously eyeing trades. With Bo Nix still on a rookie contract, we've got a golden window to spend big without blowing up the cap. Sean Payton and GM George Paton have already shown they're not afraid of bold moves. Remember the trade for John Franklin Myers last year? That aggressive mindset is back, and we're ready to see this roster get even stronger. The offense needs a true WR1, a difference-making tight end, and maybe a running back to balance things out. On defense, we've got to reinforce the linebacker corpse and maybe add another piece on the D-line. So yeah, it's time to go full win-now mode. Broncos country, are you feeling the hype? Let me know. What position do you think should be the top priority? WR? TE? RB? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Predominantly Orange listed 5 players that would be a perfect fit for the Broncos, and I'm going to tell you why each one could help us make an even deeper playoff run. Buckle up, Broncos country, because these names are straight fire. Just imagine Broncos country, a tight end like Mark Andrews in orange and blue. This guy's a beast, one of the best TEs in the NFL. He's a reliable target with sure hands and creates mismatches all over the field. Even in 2024, dealing with injuries, he showed he still got gas in the tank. And with the Ravens having Isaiah Likely as a younger option, Baltimore might just be open to dealing him. Why would he be perfect for Denver? Our offense needs a tight end who's a real threat in the passing game. Evan Engram, who we signed in free agency, is solid, but more of a big slot receiver than a classic tight end. Andrews, with his ability to line up in line and create space for others, would be a massive upgrade. Just imagine Bo Nix hitting him on intermediate routes. Defenses would be in trouble. But here's the catch. He won't come cheap. The Ravens might ask for a high draft pick. Would it be worth it? I say yes, because a player like Andrews can totally transform this offense. What do you think, Broncos country? Would you give up a second rounder for him? Or should we hold on to our picks? Let's talk about it. Now, switching to defense, we're missing a true starting linebacker, especially after Singleton's injury. That's where Jermaine Pratt comes in. This guy's flying under the radar in Cincinnati, but he's a complete linebacker. Great instincts, solid tackling, and he can cover tight ends and running backs in the passing game. At 28, he's in his prime and would be an instant upgrade. For a defense that's already top 5 in the league, he'd be a perfect fit in our defensive scheme under Vance Joseph, who loves versatile linebackers. Pratt can play in the middle or outside and would bring stability to a group that really needs help. And the best part? With the Bengals tight on cap space, he might be gettable without giving up a fortune in picks. Just imagine Pratt lining up next to Cody Barton with our front 7 wreaking havoc. Is he the guy to lock down our defense, or should we be focusing more on offense? Let me know what you think, Broncos country. I know this fan base sees the game like no other. All right, Broncos country, let's talk about a name that could shake up our wide receiver room, Romeo Doubs from the Packers. This guy's a young WR with reliable hands and a serious knack for running crisp, clean routes. He's not the fastest guy out there, but he's one of those receivers who's always in the right place at the right time. In Green Bay, he's battling for targets with a bunch of other talented guys, so a trade might make sense for both sides. For the Broncos, Doubs would be the perfect addition to complement Marvin Mims Jr. and Courtland Sutton, assuming Sutton stays, of course, since we've heard some trade rumors about him too. Bo Nix needs consistent targets, and Doubs could be that guy who picks up clutch third down yardage. Plus, he's on a rookie contract, which means he won't hurt our cap space. What do y'all think, Broncos country? Is a consistent young receiver like Doubs what we need, or would you rather go after a more explosive WR1 type guy? I'm curious to hear what the orange and blue faithful have to say. Now let's shift gears and talk about the backfield. Predominantly, Orange mentioned Travis Etienne, and I know some of you might be thinking, isn't Etienne still in his prime with Jacksonville? True, he's had some ups and downs, but the guy's already proven he can be a dynamic RB, 1,125 rushing yards in 2022 and 1,008 in 2023. On top of that, he's a beast in the passing game, averaging 46 catches per season. That's gold for Sean Payton's system, which thrives on versatile backs. Etienne would be a perfect RB2 for our offense, bringing explosiveness and versatility. With Blake Watson as a promising option and RJ Harvey, who we drafted in 2025, Etienne could complete our RB committee and give our ground game some serious juice. The Jaguars are 2-6 in 2024, so they might be open to making a deal. So Broncos country, what do you think? Should we bring in Etienne to split carries, or would you prefer another RB like J.K. Dobbins, who's also on the market? Drop your thoughts below. I know this fan base loves a good debate. Another RB name to keep an eye on, Kenneth Walker from the Seahawks. This dude is a yardage machine with the burst and power to break tackles and change the game. He's already shown he can carry the load in Seattle, and with the Seahawks looking a little unstable, he might be available for the right price. Walker would be a true RB1, bringing that punch our offense needs to take pressure off Bo Nix. Sean. Payton loves backs who can do it all, and Walker fits that mold perfectly. He runs with power, has the vision to find lanes, and can also catch out of the backfield. Imagine him bursting through defenders at mile high with the crowd going wild after every long run. So what's the call? Broncos country, Kenneth Walker. Or Travis Etienne, or neither? Do we go after someone else entirely? I want to hear your takes because Broncos country always has a few great ideas up its sleeve. Broncos country, if we can land even one or two of these guys, our team could take a massive leap forward. Picture this: Mark Andrews at tight end, Romeo Doubs as WR2, and either Travis Etienne or Kenneth Walker in the backfield. That gives Bo Nix the weapons he needs to shine. And on defense, adding a guy like Jermaine Pratt could solidify our front seven and keep us among the NFL's top defenses. Of course, like every fan knows, trades aren't just about who we bring in. We've got to consider what we give up. Draft picks? Maybe someone like Courtland Sutton or DJ Jones, who've already been mentioned in trade rumors? George Paton and Sean Payton will need to weigh the pros and cons, but one thing's for sure. They're hungry to win, and that's music to Broncos country's ears. Before we wrap up, I want to hear from you. Which of these names gets your heart racing the most? Mark Andrews lighting it up as a TE? Jermaine Pratt locking down the defense? Or an RB like Etienne or Walker? Adding fire to our run game? Drop it in the comments. We're building this dream together. And don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a thing about our Broncos. One last question. What's your biggest dream for the Broncos in 2025? A Super Bowl? An undefeated home season? Or just watching Bo Nix silence the doubters? Let me know in the comments, because Broncos country is family and we're in this together. Broncos country, the future is bright for our Denver Broncos. With Sean Payton leading the way, Bo Nix developing, and the chance to bring in reinforcements like Mark Andrews, Jermaine Pratt, Romeo Doubs, Travis Etienne, or Kenneth Walker, we've got everything we need to make some serious noise in the AFC in 2025. Predominantly, Orange said it best: it's time to hit the market and grab the pieces we need to take this team to the next level. So let's dream big, let's cheer loud, and let's make Mile High shake. Smash that like button, share this with your crew, and let the world know that Broncos country is the most passionate fan base in the NFL. Until next time, go Broncos.